Welcome students. Today we shall start with complex tissue. It is also known as vascular tissue or conducting tissue. Now, why they are called as vascular tissue? Or conducting tissue? Because they help in the conduction of water and mineral salts and food from roots to leaves. Since this water and mineral salts are required or important raw material for the process of photosynthesis, so they have to be brought from the roots or transported from the roots to the leaves. What about the prepared food? These are translocated by the vascular tissue from the leaves to different parts of the plant. There are two types of conducting tissue or vascular tissue. What are those? These are xylem and phloem. As discussed earlier, suppose if you are asked why they are called as complex tissue? Because they are made up of more than one type of cells. If you are asked this question, why they are called as vascular tissue, then you have to say that or conducting tissue because they help in the transportation of water and mineral salts and food. But if you are asked why they are called as complex tissue, because they are made up of more than one type of cells. So, we have two types of conducting tissue or vascular tissue. These are xylem and phloem. First, we shall discuss about xylem. Xylem are made up of four components. What are these four components? These are tracheids. The next one is xylem vessels. Then we have xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. Xylem fibers. Now, when we talk about tracheids, what are tracheids? Tracheids are elongated cells with tapering ends. These tapering ends, they are made up of single cells, elongated with tapering ends and have numerous perforations or pits, bordered pits through which water is transported up. Their cell walls are thick and lignified because the lignin means the cell wall they have deposition of lignin and they are dead cells. Where are they found? They are found in the pteridophytes. The most common examples are the ferns, and they are found in gymnosperms. That means in the primitive plants. Now, when we talk about xylem vessels, what are xylem vessels? These are again type of vascular tissue which are made up of many cells with their end walls dissolved. They resemble like a water pipe and have multiple perforations through which water travels up from the roots to the leaves. The xylem vessels, the xylem of the root is connected to the xylem of the stem to the xylem of the leaf. Next we come to xylem parenchyma. Here also xylem vessels, as said earlier about tracheids, they are made up of dead cells. Cell wall is thick and lignified. But parenchyma are living cells. So out of these all four components, the living part is parenchyma. You may be asked in 1 marks question, among the xylem components, which are the living components, then you have to mention xylem parenchyma. They store food. What about fibers? These are again made up of dead cells, sclerenchymatous cells, and provide mechanical strength to the plants. Next, we come to phloem. When we talk about phloem tissues, phloem are living cells. They are made up of four components. These are sieve tubes. Number 1, sieve tubes. Number 2, you have companion cells. Number 3, you have phloem, parenchyma, and phloem fibers. Now sieve tubes, they are without any nucleus. They have numerous perforations and they are arranged obliquely. Closely associated to it are the companion cells with a prominent nucleus and cytoplasm. So, companion cells, they control the activity of sieve tubes. Closely associated to it are the phloem parenchyma. Parenchyma are living cells which have prominent vacuole, nucleus and cytoplasm. Prominent nucleus, vacuole and cytoplasm along with the other organelle. Last we have phloem fibers, which are also called as bast fibers. They are dead cells but are have a high elasticity, that is tensile strength, and they provide mechanical strength to the plants. They are usually found in jute, coir, and are used for making commercial products such as ropes and mats and also other products. So that was all about the complex tissue, xylem and phloem. You have the conducting tissue, also known as vascular tissue. They are also complex tissue. Next we have just a minute. We have the third components, xylem parenchyma and xylem next you have the phloem cells, which are made up of four components: sieve tubes, companion cells, then we have the difference between tracheids and vessels. These are often asked on the basis of the structural differences or functional differences. Xylem vessels are also called as wood. They are arranged in a ring in the stem, in the dicot and in the monocot they are found scattered. This is the diagram of the phloem elements. As you can see, the sieve tubes closely associated with the companion cells. Since sieve tubes are without nucleus, their activities are controlled by the companion cells. These are the phloem parenchyma. Tracheids, single cells, elongated, narrow lumen with tapering ends. So that was all for this class.